divine intervention, when the hand of God comes down from heaven to stop motherfucking bullets. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Kah Halayimdah Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth, and much respect to the Akim out there laboring in his work, and also to the believers scattered across the four corners of the earth, hopefully elect at the USA. Shalom. Divine intervention, which is something that the elect are going to need during these last days as we are approaching the time of Jacob's trouble, which all hell is going to break loose to the point of where there's going to have to be a supernatural interference to protect us from these situations. All right, so divine intervention. I'm going to let this truck run by. Salakia. It says, when a miracle happens, when the hand of God reaches down and saves someone from a life-threatening or dangerous situation, when someone is placed in the right place at the right time to be a catalyst for someone in need, when the person in need may be in angst about how they would get through a certain situation. These are the times we're about to head into the hour of temptation, right? All hell is about to break loose. Food shortages, inflation, chaos, Esau and his military, the snares are laid, So how the hell can we get out of this situation without divine intervention? There's no way out but through Yahweh. So in these times, the Lord has angels that are going to look after the elect, and that's the point of this lesson, is that everyone whom the Lord has opened up, to this truth, and is working with them through the Spirit, literally has an angel, a guardian angel, watching over them to keep them in the way, as pursuant to Psalms, the 91st chapter. All right, the Lord said He would slack it. What the Lord said He would dispatch His angels to keep charge over you, to keep you in the way. All right. So this is just a reminder that the angels are, literally watching. Even though you might not see them, they out there and they watching and they protecting. Now recently, I've been having angels, visit my house. I got this Vivint system set up, this camera system, and sometimes I catch spirits on camera. All right. So I got 2 different dates or 2 different instances in this video that I posted maybe 2 weeks ago about angels visiting. And in this first clip, around 5 a.m., I went and took the garbage out, checked the mailbox, and as you can see on the right side of the screen that I'm about to show you, you'll see an orb, and it was a spirit. But as I was walking up the driveway, I didn't see any kind of light or anything like that. So it's just to go to show you that the angels are encamping round about. All right, but you just can't see them. And this incident was actually October the 11th. I had another visit. And you're about to see another orb coming to the scene in a second. So it was kind of like 2 spirits on the screen at once. Check it out. See that? It's Hebrews 1:14. Are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to minister for them who shall be heirs of salvation? All right. And I believe that these are right hand spirits. I don't know if they left hand or right hand to be exact, but I don't get any kind of negative vibe from these spirits. So through faith, I believe that they're righteous spirits, sent forth to minister. So to kind of prove, that wasn't no kind of glare or nothing like that, I'm going to go into my Vivid system and let you check out, what it says on the camera. All right. Just click on events. And we're going to scroll down to October the 13th. Matter of fact, all right, recently, as you can see, the mailman or something, pulling up, person detected, right? Say person detected. Going down to October the 13th. Or October the 11th is when that actual event happened. It says person detected at 5:39 a.m. And that was actually the end of that visit, because it actually started at 5:08 a.m. Person detected. You see? So the angel was sitting right there for like maybe 20, 21 minutes or something like that. So clicking on it, person detected. So that's an actual angel. All right. So the point is that the Lord has dispatched angels, to protect the elect during these times. If you are the elect, then you have, literal angels, surrounding you. Like I was saying before, in the book of Psalms, the 91st chapter, we start at verse 9. It says, because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh Bashim al-Shah, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee. All right? When you read it to the right in the NLT, it says no evil will conquer you. It don't mean that we ain't gonna go through shit, but no evil will conquer you if the angels are watching. It goes on to say, back in the KJV, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling, for he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. All right. So during the times we're heading into, what are we gonna do in the times of trouble? As we got the definition of divine intervention, let's get it one more time. Divine intervention. When a miracle happens, when the hand of the Most High reaches down and saves someone from a life-threatening or dangerous situation. So pretty much we got to be thrown into the fire for divine intervention to happen. And that's going to be, when the food is scarce. That's going to be when there's chaos in the streets. It's going to be when Esau comes in with his troops. As you get in the book of Isaiah, the 59th chapter, as we always get. In verse 19, it says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west. And who's going to fear the name? It will be the elect. And his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. All right? The Spirit of Yahweh Bashim al-Shah is going to lift up a standard against him, which is a way to escape. Basically, let's get a definition real quick of standard. In the Hebrew 5:1-2-7, it says to flee, escape, to take flight, depart, disappear. All right, to fly to the attack on horseback. So there's many ways that the Lord can preserve you, when you're surrounded by enemies. All right? And when you go into our forefathers, they had supreme confidence in Yahweh Bashim al-Shah, even though they were put into situations that they were, helpless. They depended on Yahweh Shah or Yahweh Bashim al-Shah to get them out of the situation. Proverbs 14:26, in the fear of the Lord Yahweh is strong confidence, and his children shall have a place of refuge. All right, so the fear of the Lord is a strong confidence that he's going to come through and protect you during the times of trouble. All right, let's go to the book of Psalms. Psalms 4, we'll start at verse 1. To the chief musician of Neganath, a psalm of David, hear me when I call, O my power, O my righteousness. Thou hast enlarged me when I was in distress. Have mercy upon me and hear my prayer. O ye sons of men, how long will ye turn my glory into shame? How long will ye love vanity and seek after leasing Salah? But know that the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shah has set apart him that is godly for himself. And this is going into the elect, man. We've been set apart for the purpose of Yahweh by Shema Shah. The Lord will hear when I call unto him. See, the Lord will hear when I call unto him. Right? Like I was saying, the fear of the Lord is a strong confidence. And, the prophets of old truly believed that the Lord was going to come through in that time. And we got to do the same thing, no matter what we go through. Psalms 3, verse 4, it says, I cried unto the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shai with my voice, and he heard me out of his holy hill. I laid me down and slept. I awake. The Lord sustained me. I would not be afraid of 10,000s of people that have set themselves against me round about. You see, I would not be afraid of 10,000s of people that have set themselves against me round about. Arise, O Lord Yahweh, and save me, O my power. For thou hast smitten all my enemies upon the cheekbone. Thou hast broken the teeth of the ungodly. Salvation belongeth unto the Lord Yahweh. Thy blessing is upon thy people. Going into the elect. You see? So, when you go to the book of Sirach or Ecclesiastes 51, all right, it goes into being, pretty much compassed about with an army. As we're about to head into a siege, and, we use these scriptures, as a reference. Just like Romans 15:4 say, for whatever things were written aforetime, they were written for our learning, that we through comfort and patience of the scriptures might have hope. All right, knowing the acts of our forefathers and knowing how the Lord delivered them out of trouble. So Sirach 51, and we'll start at verse 6. By an accusation to the king from an unrighteous tongue. All right, my soul drew near even unto death. My life was near to the hell beneath. They compassed me on every side. So this is, pretty much like the siege that's going on now. That's about to happen. They compassed me on every side, and there was no man to help thee. I looked for the succor of men, but there was none. Then thought I upon thy mercy, O Lord Yahweh by Shema Shai, and upon thy acts of old, how thou deliverest such as wait for thee, and savest them out of the hand of the enemies. So then I lifted up my supplications from the earth, and prayed for deliverance from death. I called upon the Lord, the Father of my Lord, that he would not leave me in the days of my trouble, and in the time of the proud, when there is no help. Okay? So in the times of trouble, what did he do? He remembered the acts of old, and that's what we're going to do. Then we're going to call upon Yahweh by Shema Shai. As the scriptures say, I think it's Isaiah the 45th chapter. Let's see here. No Psalms, Salakia. Maybe Psalms 44. Yeah, Psalms 44 and 5. It says, through thee we push down our enemies, and through thy name we will tread them under that rise up against us. All right, so our trust is completely in Yahweh by Shema Shai. All right, and as King David said, he was not going to be afraid of 10,000, pretty much troops that can pass him round about because of the fear of the Lord. All right, the fear of the Lord is a strong confidence. So with that being said, I'm going to get into the time of Elisha real quick. Let's get this account. It's like I was saying before, even though you don't see the angels, they there. They watching and they reporting and they protecting. 2 6, going into the time of when Israel was at war with Assyria, and the Assyrian king, just to set the tone, the Assyrian king, was looking to compass Israel. But the prophet Elisha was in on the council of the king. He was pretty much, hearing what he was saying in his bed chambers. He was given a vision or the report from Yahweh Shemel Shah. All right, so he was going back and telling the king of Israel what was going on and what they planned to do. So anytime the king of Assyria tries to go and compass Israel, they wouldn't be there. So the king eventually thought that one of his men that he was speaking to was going and being a spy and snitching. But it turned out that Elisha or Elijah, was speaking to the king of Israel was what this man was speaking in his bed chambers. So the king of Assyria eventually sent an army, to pick up Elisha. And we'll start off, let's see. Yeah, verse 12 says, and one of his servants said, none, my lord. Let me see. We'll start at verse 11. Therefore the heart of the king of Assyria was sore troubled for this thing. And he called his servants and said unto them, will ye not show me which of us is for the king of Israel? And one of his servants said, none, my lord, O king, but Elisha, the prophet that is in Israel, telleth the king of Israel the words that thou speakest in thy bedchamber. And that's what the prophets are doing today. We're telling everyone, and warning our people about what the king is planning to do, through the scriptures, and telling his secrets, from his bedchambers. It says 13, and he said, go and spy where he is, that I may send and fetch him. And it was told him, saying, behold, he is in Dothan. Right? When you look at the NLT to the right, it says, go and find out where he is, the king commanded, so I can send troops to seize him. See, to send troops to seize him. Okay, so back in the KJV 14, therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host, and they came by night and compassed the city about. And when the servant of the man or the Most High was risen early and gone forth, behold, and hosts compassed the city both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, alas, my master, how shall we do? So yeah, they woke up in the morning and they found a whole, probably thousands of troops, standing outside, looking around them up, Verse 16, and he answered, fear not. So Elijah was like, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. This the faith that you got to have. When these soldiers pull up, you got to remember the chairs of the Lord are watching over the righteous. Psalms the 34th chapter. So it says 17, and Elisha prayed and said, Lord, Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. Talking about the servant. And the Lord Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots on fire round about Elisha. So even right now, when you go outside and look in the sky, you don't see shit. But if the Lord was to open your eyes, you'll see all kind of chariots up there, man. And those are the armies of Israel. Verse 18. And when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto the Lord and said, smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness. And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha. And Elisha said unto them, this is not the way, neither is this a city. Follow me, and I will bring you to the man whom you seek. But he led them to Samaria. So Elisha ended up leading those blind men to another place where they ended up being captive. But the point is that Elisha had strong faith. He had confidence. He said, don't fear. Then the Lord opened the eyes of the young man and he saw. All right. And then Elisha prayed to the Lord, to blind these men, and it happened. So as the servants of the Lord today, man, it's going to be the same way. These same acts of old are going to be played out on a major scale. Okay. But that's the kind of faith that you got to have during these times. So the whole reason for Yahweh Shemel Shah causing Esau to approach, to try and seize the elect during this time is so the Lord can get his honor upon Pharaoh. All right. In some cases, it's going to be different. Of course, some men are going to be picked up and delivered off into concentration camp. But wherever you go, you still got to remain your faith in whatever situation that you be put in, because everything is pretty much an attempt to glorify the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah, and the just shall live by faith. So I just want to go there real quick. Lord willing, you are edified. Until next time, I say, Shalom.